October 1st. Welcome to my favorite month of the year. We're on pages 8 and 9, and it's time for the book club. Our book this month is called The Lost Library.
没错，又到我们好书俱乐部的单元咯。我们这个月呢要介绍的好书叫做《无人知晓的图书馆》，然后它的英文 title 是 The Lost Library。它这个 Lost 跟 Library 它有一个押头韵的感觉，我觉得这个名字就取得很好。你看一下它这个副标题，它说 Where ghosts, books and secrets live on. 好 ，live on 的话就是能够持续存在的一个意思。
That's exactly right. I wrote that on my paper in English. You live on after death. D-E-A-T-H. So it's October. That means Halloween is at the end of our month. So let's start with a good spooky story.
The Lost Library. The Lost Library is a fun mystery novel for young adults. The story begins when a strange library magically appears in a town called Martinville. Built from an old cupboard, the library is free to use and guarded by an orange cat named Mortimer. No one knows how it appears. Evan, a curious fifth-grade student, passes by the library and borrows 2 books. These books lead him to discover a secret about the town's history. He finds out that many years ago, Martinville had a big public library that burned down mysteriously. Many people believe the fire was just an accident. However, when Evan asks his father about the books, he responds strangely and refuses to talk. As Evan, along with his best friend Rafe, digs deeper, they find Al, a ghost librarian with secrets of her own. As the story progresses, the perspectives of Evan, Al, and Mortimer all help piece together the truth about what really happened to the Martinville Library all those years ago. Evan's search for answers reveals more than he ever expected. Hidden stories, buried truths, and a mystery that refuses to stay quiet.
All right, friends, let's look at paragraph 1. The Lost Library is a fun mystery novel for young adults.
好，我们来看第一段的第一句话，它就告诉我们这个书名 The Lost Library is a fun mystery novel. 你可以念成 mystery 或者是 mystery， 好，都可以。它是指的意思是很神秘的这种推理的这种小说。For young adults 就是青少年，好，给青少年看的一部非常有趣的这种推理小说。
So circle the word mystery because in paragraph 2, we will see mysteriously, and we want to remember that for later. Our next sentence, the story begins when a strange library magically appears in a town called Martinville.
好，我们来看第二句话，告诉我们说 The story begins 就是这故事从什么地方开始呢？好，他说 begins when a strange library magically appears。好，突然之间有一个奇妙的图书馆 boom， 好，很神秘的就这样出现了 in a town called Martinville。好 ，Martinville 就是马丁维尔这个小镇，好，名字叫做马丁维尔。突然之间呢，小镇中出现了一个神奇的这种图书馆。
Martin is a very, or Martin, 有那个 T 有时候不清楚 Martin or Martinville. Martin is a very common last name. Many Americans have this name, but let's look at V-I-L-L-E and underline it. V-I-L-L is Latin for the word house. You probably know the word village, 就是村庄, and that means a few houses. There are probably a few houses in Martinville.
I'm thinking about villa. 好，就是
Vill-
就是那个别墅，哈，还有这个地方的话 ville， 还有很多的那种意思跟这个房屋有关系。所以在这个地方呢，好，你看到这个 Martinville， 好，你就可以知道说它应该是一个村庄或是一个住的地方的概念。
All right, let's look at our next sentence. Built from an old cupboard, the library is free to use and guarded by an orange cat named Mortimer. And the cat's like, meow, meow.
OK， 好，所以在这个地方你看到built from an old cupboard， 好，这个地方呢，这个图书馆呢是有一个旧的橱柜，这个字要特别小心哦。这个 cupboard 这个字后面那5个字母 board， 平常的时候念 board， 但是在这个地方它念成 cupboard。好，这个 bird 很像是那个鸟的一样，那个 bird 那个声音
That's a
cupboard。
great way of describing it.
没错。所以在这边的话呢，他就说是由一个旧的这种橱柜改编而成的图书馆呢。The library is free to use， 免费开放使用 ，and guarded by， 是什么东西呢 ？An orange cat named Mortimer。好，他想说，是一只橘猫，橘猫来负责看守的。我想说，好可爱，很多一些重要的地方，可能都是那什么3头犬啊 ，three-headed dog， 好来把守。没错。但这边它是一个橘猫，我就觉得，好可爱哦，就觉得很好玩。Mortimer 是这个猫的名字。
Now, Mortimer is actually Mickey Mouse's original name.
Oh.
That's right. So, Milaoshu, they originally wanted to call him Mortimer Mouse, but his wife was like, that name is too old. Even in the 1920s, Mortimer was too old for kids. So they changed it to Mickey Mouse. Nigga, M-O-R-T is not the same as, but related to the Latin word for life and death. Just a 生命的关系. So we have a mysterious book about ghosts, and we have a magically appearing library and a cat which name 听起来像 death.
没错，所以在这里的话 ，mort 这个字根呢，很多都是跟死有关系的，比方说 mortal， 好 ，mortgage， 好，这些字的话都是，没有错，就是这样。
Okay, very quickly, nigga, cupboard. Anthony makes a great point. 谁下来 B-I-R-D, because it sounds like cupboard. But 这个真的是 cup and board put together. 现在的房子不像之前的房子。The houses in the past were really bad, and it really was just a piece of wood, a board smashed into the wall, and you put your cups on there. Not today, where it's very beautiful and you open it and take it out. In the past, you had only a few cups, only a few plates, and it's just a piece of wood on the wall.
原来如此，所以这个 board 本来是一个板子嘛，对不对？以前的时候没有像现在这么富裕，它可能就是一个板子，然后钉上那个墙上面，然后上面就可以放杯子，然后不像现在说还可以打开啦，橱柜很方便啦等等。所以 cupboard 这个地方特别注意一下，它真的是 cup 跟 board 这2个字放在一起组成而成的字。
And let's look at our next sentence. No one knows how it appeared.
就这句话意思就是没有人知道，这个图书馆是怎么样突然出现的。
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we got paragraph 2. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. It's the book club, and this month we're talking about the lost library. Let's start paragraph 2. Evan, a curious 5th grade student, passes by the library and borrows 2 books.
好，我们在第2段里面呢，看到了我们的主角 Evan。好 ，Evan 呢，他就告诉你说，a curious， 好，非常非常好奇，很有好奇心的孩子 ，5th grade student 是5年级的学生，好，大概11岁的这种年纪，好 ，passes by the library and borrows 2 books。经过这个图书馆呢，借了2本书 ，OK， 他就在这个地方就开启了整个故事。
All right, you need to pay attention to 5th grade student. Do not say 5th grade student. 这个是错，没错。1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 但是 first, second, third, fourth, fifth, not 5th. Okay? 当我们说15的话, we say 15th, and 第50 is 50th. Be careful. 5th grade is tricky pronunciation. Our next sentence. These books lead him to discover a secret about the town's history.
好，接下来下一句告诉你说呢，这些书这两本书呢 lead him to do something， 就是带领他去做了什么事情呢 ？To discover a secret about the town's history， 居然发觉到说，这个小镇背后的历史呢有一个秘密。
Oh, before we continue, our last sentence we said borrow, and I want to make sure we write down the borrow sentence pattern. 那个句型 we can write this down, borrow somebody's something, or borrow something from somebody. We really like to use these with borrow and lend in English. 写下来。
很多这种授予动词啊，比方说跟人家借啊，借东西的话，你可以 borrow somebody something,
Somebody's something.
or borrow something from somebody 都可以。
That's right. Here we go. Our next sentence begins. He finds out that many years ago, Martinville had a big public library that burned down mysteriously.
没错，在这个地方我们看到 mysteriously， 还记不记得我们在第一段的时候出现 mystery， 对不对？mystery 就是神秘的事情，那在 mysteriously 就是神秘地，它是这个变成 mysterious， 再加 ly 变成副词的结果。所以他这句话说了 ，he finds out that 他发现到什么真相呢 ？Many years ago， 很多年前。Martinville had a big public library. 它以前呢，我们这个小镇是有一个很大的一个公共图书馆的。然后 that burned down mysteriously. 突然之间神秘的就整个就烧毁了。
Okay, underline mysteriously and draw your line between mystery and mysteriously. 第一段的 mystery, we stress the first syllable. Mysterious, we need to stress the second syllable. Draw a little line.
没错。
All right. Burn down. Be careful. 这个 burned 有那个 ed 反地 but because we have burned and then 下一个单词也有 d, it's really hard to say burned down. Usually we just say burned down. 这连在一起。
没错。
All right. Many people believe that the fire was just an accident. However, when Evan asks his father about the books, he responds strangely and refuses to talk.
没错，我们来看下面这句话，他说呢 ，Many people believe， 很多人都相信说 ，the fire was just an accident。他说，哎呀，这个大火可能只是场意外嘛。然后呢 ，however， 你听到 however 就听到一个大转折。However, when Evan asks his father about the books， 当他这个主角 Evan 呢，开始问他爸爸说，爸爸，你看这些书，它上面写说怎样怎样怎样。突然之间，他爸爸怎么样 ？He responds strangely and refuses to talk. 他突然觉得回答的时候反应支支吾吾的。好 ，respond 这个字的意思呢，就是指回应的意思。然后这个爸爸呢，感觉上好像被问到了一些有亏心事的那种反应，他觉得很奇怪。好，所以在这里的话，而且他爸拒绝告诉他更多的资讯。
Mysterious. Okay, Daddy. All right. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we got paragraph 3. Okay, friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 8 and 9. Get your blue pens ready. As Evan, along with his best friend Rafe, digs deeper, they find Al, a ghost librarian with secrets of her own.
OK， 我们来看第3段的第一句话，告诉我们说 ，As Evan， 我们的主角 ，along with his best friend Rave， 好 dig deeper， 好慢慢去挖掘，说，等一下，爸爸，你这个反应有点怪怪的，我觉得里面应该是有点故事，就开始去深入的挖掘。They find Al。A ghost librarian with secrets of her own。在这里的话 ，L 它其实你要说 L， 我第一时间看到的时候，我以为是那个 Alexander， 但是后来它是个女生，而且呢，这个 L 我后来去看了一下书籍里面的内容，它是 assistant librarian。
Oh, okay.
没错，他就说 a ghost librarian with secrets of her own， 他们就发现了 L， 他一个有着自己的秘密的一个幽灵图书馆员。
Yeah, Al is usually a boy or a man's name, Alan, right? Alexander. But it also can be a girl's name, but it's usually for a boy. So this her pronoun is really useful here. Along with just means and xiaoxi nigga Rafe maybe you're going to hear someone say Rafe. I had a friend named Rafe when I was a kid, spelled the same way. So we always check the pronunciation, and it's Rafe here. So if Rafe hears this, bro, I'm sorry. Don't be mad. I'm telling you, that's what it says. Okay?
没错。
All right. As the story progresses, as the story goes on, the perspectives of Evan, Al, and Mortimer, the orange cat, all help piece together the truth about what really happened to the Martinville Library all those years ago.
好，所以接下来呢，他告诉你说，as the story progresses， 好，或是说 as the story goes on， 好，这个故事呢，随着它的剧情发展，这个 progresses 就是慢慢往前推展、进展的意思。在这边他提到说 the perspectives of Evan, Al and Mortimer， 好，在这几个人的观点，好，这个地方我们看到 perspectives， 你有机会看到什么？像我们平常提到什么要有国际观。An international perspective， 好，就是一个很好使用的观点的这个概念。他说这三个人的观点呢 ，all help piece together the truth about what really happened to the Martinville Library all those years ago。好，所以慢慢的拼凑出来说，当初到底那个马丁维尔图书馆多年前到底为什么会发生火灾的真相，慢慢被他们拼凑出来。
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we got our final paragraph. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're talking about the Lost Library on pages 8 and 9. Evan's search for answers reveals more than he ever expected. Hidden stories, buried truths, and a mystery that refuses to stay quiet.
没错，我觉得最后一段这个地方我读起来很有余韵的感觉。好 ，Evan's search for answers reveal 这个字的意思呢，就是揭露出了 more than he ever expected。好，这个洞不挖还好，越挖越深呐，里面水很深呐。Hidden stories 隐藏的故事啊 ，buried truth 这边要注意要小心 bury 这个字哈 ，B-U-R-Y bury 它这个 U 的话是发 a 的声音，要特别注意。它现在变成 VPP 之后 ，buried truth 就是被掩盖的这个被掩藏的真相。And a mystery that refuses to stay quiet， 一个不愿沉寂的谜团就这样子被揭开啦。
Very nice. So we have refuses to stay quiet. I wrote down won't stay quiet. That's a little bit more colloquial. And buried truth above that word, I wrote A-I-R. So we remember this is buried truths. Truths is a very hard word to say. Usually, the truth is uncountable, but we have a lot of lies, which are countable. Be careful here. So, Tongchang, this is the dirty secret of English. Uncountables can almost always be made countable sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, that's it for today. I'm very excited to learn more about day 2 because it is October and we need a good ghost story. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be back tomorrow with more of the Lost Library at Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.